Welcome to comedy.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
as the show begins. You're telling all your friends the party never ends. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday. My apologies. I'm having all sorts of technical issues going on here this morning. But thanks for your patience. Thanks for joining us this morning. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. Please follow the Facebook page. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you'd like to comment throughout today's show, please do so on the YouTube feed, because that is where we monitor the comments. I am not ready. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not ready. I'm having all sorts of issues, but we're getting there. We're getting there. In the meantime, Frank is here as always on Thursdays, and joining us today, very special guest, a longtime friend from the Hicksville days and beyond. Great singer, great pal. Paul Esposito is here, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Esposito has joined us. Good to have you here, pal.
Am I on this thing? I never did this before.
Yep, you're on.
Am I supposed to hear myself in here?
Right here there should be a volume.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's down. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm plugged.
I hear you fine.
All right. Well,
you don't.
I can hear you from 2 feet away, so it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't even need those. My mic's attached to it, which is the only reason mine is on. The only time you need those on is if we get a phone call. So
right.
Yeah, because like you said, you're next to me and Frank, so you can hear us just fine. So yeah, welcome, pal. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
We've been trying to get you on here for a long time. You're an old friend of both of us, but you're also a singer on the local Long Island scene, and you're heavily involved. May as well get into this because it'll gives me time to do other things. Tell us about the paper bag over at Mulcahy's.
Wow, paper bag is it's either you know about it or you don't. So I guess you guys are in the category of knowing about it, but it's been going on for I think 43 years. Minus
43 years.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I had no idea.
Yeah, minus a couple of COVID years, but it's an ensemble thing. It's sort of a who's who of Long Island musicians. Not that I rank myself up there with a lot of these people, but I'm glad to be part of it. I've been part of it since 2004. So I guess they've been doing it since, like, I don't know, 70-something or whatever that math works out to be.
Wow.
So you'll see people from bands like 45 RPM, New York Bee Gees, the singer from Full House,
nice,
things like that. So it usually has a theme, and it's a during the week thing. So they say you should take the next day off, which is advisable. It used to go from 10 till 4 a.m. Now they made it 8 to 2 a.m., which is still kind of rough for the working class people. But always being a teacher and now retired, that doesn't affect me. So this year's theme is called the Glad Bag. Remember those little Ziploc bags called Glad bags? All right, so it's songs about being glad, having fun songs, having a good time, that kind of thing. Last year, what was last year? I think it was like the Vision Bag. Like every year, there's a theme.
Well, let me back up. So what it is, right? Just bands, people from all over, musicians come and play. Now, is it a charity thing? Like
I don't think it's a charity thing, although they collect some food, but it is all on a voluntary basis. Nobody gets paid. Any ticket sales, I would assume, go to the rental of the venue and the sound people and video people. It's just something I think that they started doing when all these guys, and I have to mention the organizer of all this. His name is Mike Guido. He was in many bands, including Stanton Anderson Band and Jim Small Band, and bands that kind of predate me, but you guys may know about. And so I think it was just an excuse for them to all play together since they were all in different bands, and they've kept it going this long. And it's really like a brother and sisterhood, a family thing. I see these same people every year. I'm privileged to be part of it. And it's just a great thing. And it's like one of those things, like either you know about it or you don't, like I said. But once you go, usually people who go come back because they're like, wow, this is really cool.
Right. And yeah, I do remember. You probably too remember the days where you used to go all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. That was good input. Thanks.
Yes.
Were you ever a member of it, Frank?
No.
Oh, okay,
No,
just
never been.
attended. Yeah.
Yeah, I attended, I think, twice.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, June 25th, you could attend for the third time.
There you go.
Yeah. So 20 years you've been now, but you don't just go. You're involved in it.
No,
somehow, right?
I'm one of the singers, and like I said, I mean, I don't put myself on the level of these other people. I'm not in one of these well-known bands like they are, but there's a few people like me. And actually, how I got into it was I'm just retired from teaching, and one of my students' mothers, when she came to the conference, she said, "Oh, you know, my son says you're a singer." I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I'm in the paper bag," and I didn't know what the paper bag was. She's like, "Oh, you should join, whatever." And when I actually was there, I realized I had attended it in the past, like with a friend of mine. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. But I mean, when I went, they were doing like, I don't know, all of Sgt. Pepper's or something really cool. I was like, wow, that's really cool. What is this? So she got me in, and she's like, well, you know, you're a rookie, so you're probably only going to sing backup on a few songs. And then
That's fine.
It led to, you know, someone didn't show up, and this and that. I ended up with a couple of songs. So I've been in it since then, and generally you get to choose at least one song and have a solo, and other than that, you sing backup, you sing duets. So this year I'm singing actually a trio of a James Taylor song with a couple of buddies doing Your Smiling Face.
Oh, nice.
I'm singing Dance the Night Away Van Halen as my main solo. I'm doing Pride and Joy Stevie Ray Vaughan, which is really cool.
Nice.
And so people do tend to like, you know, put stuff on. So I bought a little Stevie Ray hat. I'm going to bring a guitar, even though I don't know how to play it well. And, you know, it's sort of dress the part of Stevie Ray Vaughan. But other than that, we all have these matching shirts and whatever the, you know, the theme logo is that year. And
Roger Daltrey's calling in, ladies and gentlemen.
What should I do?
What? You want to answer it? You need to answer it? Answer it. It's cool.
Sonia,
Sonia.
I'm busy. I'm on a podcast. What's going on? I'll talk to you later. You know,
Wow.
you've had a
You just hung up on poor Sonia. Now, who? Sonia's your daughter?
Sonia's my soon-to-be 15-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
who,
that's what I thought.
Who is done with everything until next week, and so she was looking to do things with friends, and I told her, you know,
And
I'm not
you just
getting
hung
home.
up on her,
Yeah.
basically.
Enough of that. Enough of that. I'm mid thought here. So we all have shirts, and you have a name and a number, and I change my name and number every year depending on what's going on in my world. Other people keep the same one every year. And so you know that the people with the shirts are either in it or part of it or related to it, and we have access to this little area. So now that Mulcahy's has been redone, that whole upper I don't know what they call it, second era level, we get access to
that's
that, and
the
they make us
VIP
food
area.
and whatever.
Right.
And what were my other songs? Bob Marley, I'm going to share Three Little Birds.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm back up on a few things like Wang Chung, Everybody Have Fun Tonight, and
Is that
Joy
right?
to the World, and I'm So Glad. I think that's it. But it's fun. And so
Paul
when you're...
Esposito singing Wang Chung. That's
No, I'm just back up on Wang Chung. Actually,
All
the
right.
guy singing Wang Chung, he is the lead singer in a Phil Collins tribute band called Pseudo Studio, or Pseudo Studio, however you say that. I think his name is Matt. He's a very good singer, higher, you know, octave type singer.
right.
So what's great about it is though, so you're part of it and you're in it, but when you're not singing, you're watching it and you're like, this is amazing because you're seeing all these, you know, top level musicians play and do their thing.
Right.
And it's a blast. It's a great time. So I'm very privileged to be part of it. I'm very thankful to, I'll name drop Denise Corazon, who got me into it, and then Mike Guido, who runs it, and all the other lovely people that we work with. So
Do you get to choose who plays with you on these songs, or everybody just joins in?
that's a good question.
Thanks.
Not necessarily. However, for example, a Van Halen song, there's a talented guitar player. His name is Mike Flintz.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of Mike Flintz?
New York Bee Gees.
Yeah, New York Bee Gees. But he's also in a band called Riot, which
Yes.
is a spin-off of the original Riot, and they play in Europe and do festivals.
They're huge out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just made an album, and he's great. So when there's a Van Halen type song, usually it's him and his brother playing bass, and sometimes Pete, the drummer from that band, is also, you know. But I don't know who's with me till we get there. But what's interesting about it, though, and Frank, as a musician, you'll enjoy this. So it's like two separate rooms, so to speak. So the musicians do their thing, and they're practicing their songs, and we get together and we do our vocals and harmonies or whatever. Nobody comes together till the day before.
Right.
Okay, and we have two hours rehearsal the first and 2 the second, and there's no guarantee you're going to rehearse more than one of the songs you're doing if you're doing more than one. So you hope that you get to rehearse it, because otherwise, the first time you're doing it with the band is at 12:30 in the morning on stage in Mulcahy's in front of a full house. So,
Right.
and there have been many little, issues, breakdowns, whatever. And what he likes to do, which is not my favorite thing as a singer, but if the song doesn't go the way he wants it to go, he'll stop it in the middle of the song. Oh, no, this is bad. Start over. The audience deserves better than this, and whatever he says. So that's part of it, and that's fun. It's all part of the whole charm of the thing. So.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's been going on for 40 plus years. It's a very popular event among Long Island musicians. You're right there. When is this again?
It's June 25th.
Okay, coming
at
up.
8. Yeah. If you need tickets, they're available through Paper Bag members, discounted prior to the show or at the door. So I think they're like $25 if you get them from a member and $40 if you get them at the door. So it's a relatively big difference.
Wasn't there a time where it was just for the musicians participating, or just musicians only could get in, or something? Or am I wrong?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
As long as I've been doing it, it's been at Mulcahy's. Prior to that, it was at some of the older Long Island places like Rum Runners and
I didn't know that.
Salty Dog
okay.
and places like that.
Wow.
Way before my time. But this has been kind of the home of it since we've been doing it, and they have a great sound crew, and the video guys are from, I hope I don't mess up the name, Echo or EKO or something like that. And again, same guys all the time. He used to put out a DVD of it where you could buy it. Now he just kind of puts it on YouTube. So if you look on YouTube, you probably could see last year's show and previous years. So,
you ever get any anybody that like a big name ever show up for?
I mean, bigger than the names I've mentioned, no. But I mean, again, in Long Island world, they're pretty big names.
Well, right. But that's what I mean. Like anybody from Long Island, maybe like Twisted Sister.
Oh, no, like top of that nature. No,
Right.
no.
Okay.
But again, I mean, if you've seen any of the bands I mentioned, then you recognize those people. And some of the guys play horns with Mike Del Giudice and Big Shot, and Pete Mazzio, who is the singer. He's like the main BG, and he used to do it. He hasn't done it the last couple of years. Ricky Roach, I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Although this year he's not doing it, but usually he does it. Sometimes they have conflicts too with their own, paying gigs and stuff like that. I don't have that issue, obviously.
You're not. Yeah. You're not currently out
No,
there, are
I'm
you?
currently seeking musical employment. So if you know any bands looking for a singer, let me know. I'm actually gonna try out with somebody next week.
Oh, all right. Very nice. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're not like your buddy Rob Linder, who just plays with everybody.
Well, Rob Linder he's a commodity himself right now. He's in a bunch of different bands. I don't even know how many. And
I don't know how he does it.
I've only caught his one band once, but they're very good. And they just got a new female singer, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the last gig they had. I haven't seen them in a while, but since I last saw them, the original guitarist who started the band, he left.
Right. Yeah.
And then now they got this new girl singer. So.
Yeah, Rob is everywhere. So what are you doing while you're waiting for a band? Are you writing? Are you working on original material? What are you doing?
I'm always doing something, but I do a lot of parodies.
You're doing parodies?
Parodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, of rock songs. I mean, I
didn't know that.
Well, if you hunt around on Facebook, you can find that. Oh, I should talk about this, I guess. So during COVID, we're all stuck home and whatever. And the first parody I wrote was, wait, which one was it? Oh, it was,
that song.
Well, there were three of them, so I don't know which one. But one was, I did Copacabana, I made a COVID cabana.
I did
that's different
funny.
words that don't stand so close to me. Oh, it was what do you call it? It was My Sharona. I did by Corona or something like that.
Right.
So I did it live, I put it out, and there was a good response. And so for 173 straight days, I did a live parody on Facebook. I had my own little page. And it was either COVID related or being stuck inside related or anything to do with that. And I got such great responses that I felt like I had to keep doing it. I felt like I was like cheering people up. And so it was
did
hard.
173 different parodies?
Straight days, yeah.
Holy moly.
And then at the end when I was done, I threw a couple extras in. Like I did, as we went into 2021, I did The Who's 1921 and I changed it to 2021. And then when they said the masks were done, I did Donna Summer Last Dance. I made it Last Mask. But I did so many. And it was funny because I started dating my girlfriend during that time. She's like, what do you mean you have to do a song every day and do it live? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I got to do. And then it was funny because as we started to go out in public again, I'd be in the gas station. Someone's like, are you the parody guy? I heard you. My wife was playing you the other day. And so it was a whole little thing. So then I printed them all out and I put them in a little book. And but it was great. And I enjoyed doing it. So right now, a former colleague of mine, psychologist, is retiring. And she had a retirement party next week. So I've got to do 2 songs for her. She wanted We Didn't Start the Fire, which I've done a million times too. I did that with COVID. And I did it with my old jobs. But now it's just about her. So imagine one set of We Didn't Start the Fire lyrics about one person. So I'm trying to put all these people from her career in there. But her name is Dr. Fletcher. So I'm also doing Pressure and making it Fletcher, which is a lot easier than We Didn't Start the Fire.
Yeah,
but,
I bet.
Yeah, so I've always done that. I've done that since.
Do you remember the words to any of them?
Offhand? No. And
Because, Frank's got a guitar right here.
Yeah. Well, maybe if we go to commercial break, I could dig through my phone and find some lyrics. But
wow.
Yeah, just lots of fun ones. And like I did Smoke on the Water. I did Home with My Daughter because, like she was driving me crazy.
That's pretty funny.
I did Jump. I did Trump. I did so many things. Like when they reopened Las Vegas, I did Viva Las Vegas. I did reopen Las Vegas. And it would just come to me. And everybody's got their thing. You're a guitar player and you play. And everybody's like, how do you play? And people are like, how do you write these words? I'm like, I don't know. It just comes to me. So, but it's fun. And I love doing it. And I crack myself up with it. Not everybody else always enjoys it. But
well, speaking of original music, I happen to have with
me.
Look
at that.
This is an album Paul made 25 years ago, probably?
Probably. I think it was the first year I started teaching, 97 or 98.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun. Mostly originals. We had the one hidden cover song because we didn't want to get any legal entanglements.
Exactly why I brought this up. Because there's some great originals on here. It's a great band. They were called Frame of Mind. But the cover on here, what's 857-530? What is it? 867-530.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you: do you think because just this past week,
I know that.
Yep, David Lee Roth has put out his own cover of that song.
Yeah.
Do you think that he heard this and said, "Oh, I'll cover that song"?
I don't know if he's familiar with Frame of Mind. I think it's a little out of his vocal range.
No, I'm gonna. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna say he heard it on here and then decided to do it himself. That's
what was funny about that is I don't even know who the guy's name. It might have been. It was one of the Newsday writers, maybe that guy Glenn Gamboa or Dave Cribley, who I happen to be friendly with now. But one of them used to do local music, and I sent it in, and I was hassling them, and I guess I hassled them a little too much, so that when the review came out, it was really kind of a scathing review,
really?
Like this is a ripoff of every classic rock song you've ever heard. Paul Esposito is probably driving up Hempstead Turnpike in his IROC Z blasting Foreigner and whatever it is, but I still have it. It's got the cover, and my brother did the artwork. He's a graphic artist. I came up with the idea. He did that, and inside is the picture of us on the Hicksville train station with the mock bulletin board of. We used to be called Sideshow Bob, and we changed that too because we figured the Simpsons will come after us.
Right.
Look at that. Remember when CDs had fold-outs and plastic boxes
and liner notes,
and you went to Purple Haze to buy them?
I lived there.
Same.
I lived at Purple Haze.
Same.
And I remember you coming in, and I remember Tony Viola coming in a lot. And, and then we even went to, me, you, and Rob, who owned one of the owners, we went to see VH together. Yeah. Rob actually might be coming in here on Tuesday. Rob, I still see Rob all the time.
That's
one
awesome.
of my best friends. We went, and we saw Van Halen back in '95. We had 4th row at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best shows ever.
Yeah.
Oh, we had such a blast. I remember people just throwing things up on stage. Yeah. I remember I took my socks off because I had nothing to throw. So I took my socks off.
Well,
one of them hit Sammy, and he laughed right in the middle of. They were singing "Feelin'." He just started laughing in the middle of it.
I don't know if it was that show or another show, but I remember those. I don't know if you remember. Somebody sold. The year I was graduating, they sold jerseys. They weren't authentic Hicksville jerseys, but they said Hicksville and you get your name, whatever. So I had a bunch of these, and I brought one. I threw it up, and Sammy was famous for putting on whatever came up there. So somewhere in my house, I have a picture of him wearing this Hicksville jersey.
Oh, nice.
And I had friends who had tickets, I think, behind the stage, so they saw the Esposito on the back of the jersey, and so they knew. But we made banners and threw them up. I mean, again, back in the old days when all that stuff was cool and fun, and now
you have a picture of Sammy wearing the Hicksville shirt?
I have a picture with the Hicksville shirt.
I'd love
somewhere.
to see that.
Yeah.
I actually have a shirt that from that show. Somebody threw up a shirt that said Band 5, whatever that is. I'm sure it's a band, but Sammy wore it, and he threw it back into the audience, and I caught it. So I still have it sitting at home. Anybody knows what this Band 5 was, I'll give you the shirt. But Yeah, I've had it all these years, and I haven't. Well, I haven't worn it, but I haven't washed it. It's just full of Sammy sweat.
I guess that video's a little delayed because I'm not moving my hands.
A little bit, yeah. It's probably it's probably 30 seconds to a minute behind up there, but at least you can see the comments and
yeah, and I could see that I look like I'm 65 instead of 56.
Well, join the club.
That's okay.
Your beard's not white like mine, pal.
This side, it's getting there. And this side of my hair, I owe to my daughter for all of her hard work.
Hard work. And now here we are these years later. Now we're going to go see Sammy together.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm crossing my fingers because Sammy's old. He's 77 old.
Talking about us looking old, I hope I'm in the shape that man is in.
That's true.
When I'm his age.
That is true.
Holy moly. You would not think that guy, 75, 76?
77, I think.
77.
Yeah. But given that, I'm kind of crossing my fingers. How's it going to sound? The Connecticut show, I'm going with my girlfriend. The Jersey show, I'm bringing my son. I'm trying to, school him on this stuff.
Good luck.
In fact, I bought him actually a little mini CD boom box, and then I gave him those CD Van Halen box sets. I go, start listening to this stuff.
Yeah.
But he's seen a few bands. He went to Kiss with me, the final show, and he's seen REO Speedwagon and all these tribute bands we see around here in the summer. So
and he likes it?
Yeah, he's going to probably end up being a drummer or something. He's got a good voice.
Nice.
I try to encourage him. My daughter gave up the whole musical scene twice. First viola, then trombone, then chorus, then nothing.
All right.
And chorus is where it was at. Mr. Borst.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's the reason I sing, Mr. Borst.
There you go.
Yeah, the liner notes.
I did thank him. I had to thank him. And his wife, he passed away. His wife is still on Facebook, so I message her once in a while. Just, thanking her and him and whatever. But, yeah, so the Sammy thing, Sammy's a big talker, as you may be aware. And, he promises things that don't come true. So first he's like, anybody can come up and sing with us. David Lee Roth is welcome. And then he changes his mind.
Right.
And it's going to be a whole bunch of Van Halen. It's not. It's going to be Sammy-centered with one or two David Lee Roth songs, as usual. It's not going to be much different than his regular show other than Satriani being out. That's my prediction. But either way, got to go. Van Halen fan. There's not much left to do or see.
True. Right. This is the closest we'll get to it now. And I don't know, the footage I've seen between when he played Howard a few months back and the footage that he's been posting of rehearsals, I think it's going to be a good show.
Oh, see, I feel opposite. I think it looks a little rough around the edges.
Really?
Yeah, the rehearsals don't look smooth to me at all,
Really? Well, yeah, but when you're there, I mean, you're not, it's later on you listen back like, oh, wow, they were a little rough. When you're there.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Plus, and again, for 76, 77.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God bless
he's
him.
Tremendous shape. The guy can still sing. I mean, not as good as he used to. But again, when you're in your 70s, man, what do you... He's better than most 77-year-olds.
Absolutely.
I mean, McCartney can't sing anymore. No. I mean, yeah, he's totally shot.
I'll tell you what, Mick Jagger did a pretty good job. Saw him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did you? You saw that?
Yeah, I was excited. I saw them 30... I think it was exactly 30 years later. It was 94. It was like Voodoo Lounge.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
And
Giant Stadium.
It was the only time I saw them. And so they sounded great for what they were.
Great, man. I thought that new album was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. They played a few songs from it.
When I saw them at Giant Stadium, I got tickets from Rob, so I had really good seats. There was a girl. I was maybe 10 rows back, right in front of Keith. It was fantastic. But there was a girl in the front, very, very front row. She showed up in a negligee.
Nice.
Dancing she was high as a kite. She was like dancing the whole night. This negligee thing fell off. She just had underwear, and she was totally unaware, and she was hot. So we spent just as much time watching her as we watched the Stones. It was one of the best nights of my life. So you mentioned retirement before. So this is your first school year retired, right?
Yeah, I'm almost a full year. So like whenever school ends this year, will be a year.
Nice.
And let me tell you, it flew by.
Yeah,
totally flew by, faster than a regular school year would have.
How many years did you do?
25.
25, and that was it. You're like you played for it, or
I started late because I was a career change. So I started at 30.
Okay.
So I really should have worked till 60, but things I don't want to necessarily mention, but some things happened in my world. So I just changed how I was going to plan things. And plus I was done anyway. Like after teaching from home during COVID and the way things are now, and it's not like it was. So I knew the time was up and time to get out. And so I did, and it's been great. And, I have two kids that are in middle school and high school. So it's like prime time to be home and help them out and do things with them. And thus getting phone calls from my daughter while I'm doing this.
Well, that was like our second act. Grew up in Hicksville together, but then enjoyed the town of Wanto together.
Yeah.
For a long time, and I wish I never moved out of there, to be honest with you. Teachers even before COVID, like I don't know, 5-10 years before COVID, teachers were getting a bad rap, man. So I don't blame you. I can imagine the pressure.
You know,
and the
it's
stress.
just not that it's supposed to be fun every minute, but the things that were fun, they kept taken out of the equation, and everything was more about the data and the stats and whatever, and
it became kind of business-like.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about your district, but other districts.
Yeah,
for
sure. I would say that's fair assessment. So again, I got in at a good time, got out, I think, just at the right time, especially from what I'm hearing from my former colleagues of how things are going, and I have no need or desire to do anything like that again. I have enough stuff to keep me busy. So
what do you? Yeah, well, that was my next question. What are you doing to keep busy?
Well,
going to concerts apparently.
Well, that too. I sell concert tickets on the side. That's one little source of income. But my main side gig now is I'm a big and always been a big Star Wars collector, and I sell and collect these figures that are not bigger than the old ones used to be. But I that was during COVID too. Like, so people were like home and they had money and whatever, and I just started selling stuff. I'm like, well, I've been saving all this stuff. Let me start selling. And turns out I had a lot of stuff that was valuable and started selling everywhere, like all across the country and Australia and whatever. And I'm
really,
we're home and we didn't have to go anywhere, and there was no clock to punch. I had to get up at 9 o'clock to be online for my class, so like, whatever. So yeah, and then I start my own Facebook page, and I probably have almost 500 like regular customers, and so every other minute I go to the post office with boxes, and it's a good side gig. It's
so
fun.
you're Steve Carell, 40-year-old virgin.
You could say that. 56-year-old non-virgin. But
well, 2 kids, so obviously.
Yeah. So same concept. Though.
Wow. And there's a lot of money in that.
It can be. The part now that's interesting and is the learning experience is figuring how to make this into a business. Like, you ever wonder, like, no matter what kind of store it is, right? No store is ever empty where they sold everything, right? So they're buying stuff, selling stuff, and you got to figure out how that all works. And sometimes with this, you buy something and say it's a character nobody ends up wanting, and now you got 10 of these things, and you got to get rid of them cheaper or whatever. And but whatever it is, it's fun, and it's not like it's going to make or break me one way or the other. And it was something I always did collect, and I always put away stuff, and so now that's what I'm doing, and I'm concentrating on the figures. Someday down the line, maybe I'll get into all the millions of sports cards I have and other stuff. But right now it's that, and it's fun. And my son is into a lot of what I like, so that's fun too.
Yeah, sure. That makes it. Yeah, that brings to a whole other level when you're enjoying something with your kids. And you're talking in the box, totally wrapped, or
for the most part, like there are people who collect them that way, and if I were keeping them for future use, I would do the same. But I also have them that I take out too, and some in box, some not. Depending what it is, depends what the demand is.
You're selling all different levels of quality then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some people, like, again, if you open them up, then you don't mind buying it without a box as long as it has what it's supposed to have. Some people buy them for their kids. They don't care. They take anything that there is. Right. Other people rather buy it loose because it's cheaper loose.
Oh, definitely cheaper, yeah.
Especially if it's, like, something really hard to get. And like anything else, there's supply and demand. And, like, if it's a popular show like The Mandalorian or Bad Batch and everybody wants those guys, they're going to go fast and people are going to want them. And what's cool about it is that people get into the game at different levels. So if you get into it today, you missed out on whatever came out the last 3 years. So now you're like, well, I want this figure. Well, you can't walk into Walmart and get it. So you got to go on eBay or whatever and find out. And sometimes people pay it. And I have guys that, they must spend $500 a month on whatever. And they tell me what they want. And I hold it, and I even do like little payment plans for people. I do whatever I can.
No kidding, really?
Yeah, because once they're regular people, I'll do whatever it takes to keep them.
Sure. So what if they don't pay? You send Vinny over to their house?
I just
charge points.
Just don't send them the item. So
you don't send it till the payments are done.
So I've got this guy. He's buying. I had a whole bunch of these Star Wars. They're like Scholastic books, but they were in my classroom, and he's like, "Oh, I want all those books." I'm like, "All right." So say it was like $200. So I'll give you $50 a week for the next. All right, fine. So once I get all the money, then I'll say, thanks, here you go.
Oh,
put it in
wow.
the mail.
Oh, okay.
So, I trust them. They trust me.
Sure. And this is what, an eBay page? Or
No, just Facebook where you have your own. I have a private group. So it's
okay.
a private group. I send them a link if they want to join. I do raffles. I post figures on there, pictures, whatever. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, now that I'm home, I have more time to manage it. Post pictures. Like, so, I could post a picture of any Star Wars thing today and I'll get someone to write me about it. But if I was working, I wouldn't even have time to put the picture up.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
Later. So I just throw stuff up there and usually people respond and that leads to something else. And
All right.
excuse me.
The most you've sold something for, the most you've spent for one
item?
figure.
Over 100 for the sold, and purchased probably 50, 60 for myself.
Oh, all right, that's not bad.
No, I don't go crazy with stuff. But that's kind of how it started. There was this one figure that was getting like 150, 175 a figure, and I'm like, even though I only have one of this and it's in my collection, I paid $20 for this. Right, I can flip it for 5 times what I paid.
Right,
and it's not like the old days where you couldn't find something ever again. You want something, you go on eBay, you'll find it. Someone will have it. You could say, what was that band 5 shirt? I'm sure you'll find it. Right, someone will have it.
Right.
So I just look at it that way. Like, there's nothing that important that I can't replace it. And if someone wants to pay me 3-4 times what I paid for it, so like I don't know if you're familiar with the Mandalorian show.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the girl played Cara Dune. She was like a former wrestler, whatever, and she said something negative about
and then they fired
Disney,
her ass.
and she was gone. So they stopped printing her figure. Well, all of a sudden that became $100 figure, right?
Right.
And from Return of the Jedi, when Carrie Fisher's in the slave outfit, well, now Disney doesn't want to write the word slave on something because they're Disney, so they stopped making that altogether.
Oh wow.
Even Boba Fett's ship is called Slave One. They changed it to Boba Fett's spaceship or whatever. So things like that will drive a price up. I mentioned before this Bad Batch. So 2 of the characters, they made a short print of them and they stopped making them. Everybody wants them. Everybody wants them. They're $100 each, And so that's where you luck out in a case like that. The flip side is you get something that nobody wants. The famous joke in the collecting world is about Lando. If you go to Target right now and there'll be 10 Landos sitting on a peg. Nobody buys Lando for some reason, but they got to make him, I guess. So there he is. He's at what they call a peg warmer. He's sitting there.
A peg warmer. That sounds dirty.
Well, I guess take it however you like. But if you take it literally, the thing's on a peg and it's keeping it warm because it's sitting there. So that happens too. So that's the part of it that I'm still trying to figure out. So like my nature is to go over the top and, buy 10 of them or 20 of them. And, so why not?
Right.
I have the means, I should do it.
Right.
So now they're reissuing some of these ones that are rarer. And again, people are going to get them who weren't able to get them. Now, I don't know if they're going to go back up to the prices they were, but I'm taking a shot. And so I'm buying 20 a pop of $25 figures. And so you can add that up and,
Yeah.
But when they arrive, and we hope they arrive without being smashed by UPS or whoever brings them. And
yeah. Now, what about if there's a figure from like a movie that's not very successful? Like, is there a demand for anything like that?
It depends. It really does. So the not successful Star Wars world would be like the last one they made or the Han Solo movie. And
so you just do Star Wars?
Pretty much. The only other thing I have...
I wasn't referring to Star Wars. I was referring to...
The only other thing I have a decent amount of is Kiss stuff. And I haven't really gone there yet, but, I have enough of that if I want to sell that. But Star Wars is my main collectible.
Yeah, because I was thinking about a George Clooney movie where his character was named Frank Walker. And the figurines are... I'm just curious if anybody wants to buy those figurines.
I have one.
Do you? You bought one? How much was it?
When I bought it when it just came out, so it wasn't that expensive.
Right.
It was like maybe 25, if that.
I want to see right now.
Yeah, let's see what this looks like.
I do have one of them.
Let's see. eBay.
Tomorrowland is the movie.
Tomorrowland?
Yep.
All right, well, let's see. George Clooney, Tomorrowland action figure. And that, right? I'm getting it right? That was his character's name?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Young Frank Walker, Tomorrowland. $20.
Stock up on it, man. There might be a demand.
You think, what, like 30 years from now it'll be worth something?
Maybe. You never know. That was my line. Always, it's going to be worth something.
Because it is George Clooney, after all.
Yeah.
You never know. Do you have this?
Funkos?
Yeah, it's a Funko Frank Walker.
That's the one I have.
Oh, that's what you have? You don't have the action figure?
No, I don't have that one.
See, now they have it. Funko has it where you can go on their site now and make a Funko of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. In fact, if you're a part of a couple, you can get yourselves in the same box,
Oh, it's always good to be in the
same box, right?
Yeah.
It's like a peg warmer,
Exactly. Kenny Forgione's watching. He says, "Hi, Paul. I know Paul is a Springsteen and a Pete Townsend fan. In fact, he sang Slit Skirts from Townsend with Wonder Stories once." Oh, very nice. And the girl you're referring to from Mandalorian was Gina Carano.
Yep.
Former fighter.
Hey, Kenny, how you doing? Kenny's a
good boy.
Paper Bag member as well. He's going to be there. I think he's doing, Kenny, correct me, Bee Gees song, not Bee Gees, Beach Boys, sorry. I think he's doing Beach Boys. I don't know.
Nice.
But
Very
Kenny's
nice.
great. And you know, I have to shout out, too, since we're talking Wonder Stories people.
Yeah.
Mark Bonder, keyboard player, he's
Yep.
kind of like the musical director now for the Paper Bag. And he's got this software, whatever it is, we can isolate vocals and put
Yep.
this track and that track and whatever.
It's
and
amazing stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
I did not know that about you, that you're a I knew you were a Springsteen guy. I didn't know you were a Townsend guy.
Well, The Who, you know, like if I don't know, I could probably name 10 bands, but I was always more Who than Stones. Beatles
me too.
first, Kiss.
Yes.
Well, Kiss before Beatles. Kiss, Beatles, not Stones. The Who, Bruce, Van Halen, U2.
Kiss is, because I know you mostly be a Van Halen guy, but is Kiss your absolute favorite?
Not favorite, but it was my first.
Oh, okay.
I think Rush is kind of now my favorite.
Oh, all right.
You know, they've kind of made their way in there.
How many times have you seen Van Halen?
Well, unfortunately, the first tour, I never saw 84 tour. That's like my big regret. And
Okay.
like my friends were going. My mom was like, "Oh, you're too young to go on the train. They'll come to the Coliseum." Guess
Yeah.
what? They never came to the Coliseum.
Right.
So from 86 till whenever it was, 2015, every tour at least 3 times. So whatever that math
Oh, wow,
comes out
really?
to be. Yeah.
Every tour
At least 3 times, yeah.
since when? Since-
86. So 5150.
So, first tour with Sam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so they played only the Meadowlands that first tour. I think I went to 3 out of 4 of those. Then we had Monsters of Rock and another tour for OU812 and everything in between, including Gary Sharon and reunion with Dave. In fact, I went to Philly for the first. It was like the second or third show of the tour with Dave because I'm like, they're going to break up before they get to New York.
Yeah, I thought
and
so,
I will
too.
kill myself if I miss that. So I wrote my friend Lenny. We went to Philly and it was good. But that last tour, so they were at the beach and it was a great show. And I was working security at the beach then, so I got to kind of go close up and whatever for one of the shows. And they were taking a couple days off and they were going to Hershey. And I had like 4th row for Hershey. I bought 1 ticket.
Wow.
And I was coming with my wife and the kids, and they, we were just going to go to Hershey. I'm like, I'll go to a concert myself, So I get there, and I'm at this resort place with my son playing mini golf. My friend, he was always on all these Twitter things, and I'm looking in the sun, and he's like, what? Canceled. And the show was canceled.
Oh, really?
Something to do with David Lee Roth, probably BS. But my 4th row on Eddie's side, and that was the end. That was the last tour. So
Right.
I never saw them again. That would have been the last time. So at least the last show, the beach show was good, but that tour, Dave's voice was, horrible.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what he was thinking. He was singing in the upper register. But they had the best set list ever. If he could have sang even halfway decent, they played In the Simple Rhyme, which is my favorite Van Halen song.
Oh, okay,
They
yeah.
opened up with Light Up the Sky. They played
Right.
Drop Dead Legs. I mean, it was like all Wolfgang.
I tell you, yes, true. I tell you, I liked them with Gary Sharon. The album, so, but the tour I thought was fantastic.
Well, yeah, because the tour gave us what we were waiting for, and
The best of both worlds.
I think what killed him is his onstage, I don't know how to say this, antics, I guess.
The guy is made of rubber.
Right. But
Like, he's all over
he
the
had
place.
cut his hair and bleached it, and he just didn't look Van Halen, and he was coming from that Queen world, I think. And, I've seen Extreme, and they're great. And in that venue, he's great. I just think he was trying to figure out who the heck he was in
Right.
Van Halen. But still, I don't regret that they did that. It was
I
great.
saw them when the tour first started. They played the Garden.
Yep.
And I actually felt that. I was like, all right, he's still trying to figure out his role in this whole thing. But then it was like 6 months later, I saw them at the beach.
Right.
Completely different show.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. He, they have all the cables. Like, he climbed it. He
Yeah.
was... And then he gets to the top and he goes, "Oh shit!" Like it was just. I guess he had to be there. It was funny, but he was all over the place, and the show I thought totally just kicked ass. I
Yeah,
thought he was great.
I
And-
agree.
Yeah, and I saw Extreme last year for the first time, and holy shit!
Paramount?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was. You were there?
Yeah. That's a great album.
That album they put out last year is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
One of the best albums. The
Yeah.
song "Other Side of the Rainbow" or whatever it is
Yes.
the best
Yes.
hard rock song in a million years.
Yep, that whole album I thought was.
Yeah.
I literally sat listening. I'm like, this is one of the best things I've heard in years.
Yep, blew me away.
Years. Yeah, and Living Color opened up.
Yeah,
When
that
they
was-
did Cult of Personality. That place was on fire, man.
Yeah.
And now they're coming to Eisenhower.
Yeah,
They're
I
doing
heard
one
that.
of those free shows.
Yeah, yeah, I
Living
heard that.
Color.
I heard
yeah,
that.
I'm looking for. I'm gonna go. Those guys are amazing. Linda Aguilera says, "Great guest." Is that somebody you know?
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, all right. Well, she's watching.
Wow.
Why are you so surprised?
I don't know, because she's working.
Well, she stopped to watch her man.
That's awesome.
That's a good girl right there.
I'm going to write to her right now.
Thank you, honey. I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. Now I'm a little embarrassed.
Oh, you mean people watch this?
Well, you know, first Kenny Forgione and then Linda right after that. So
That's-
what is this? This is YouTube?
Yes, we're live on YouTube and Facebook actually, but
All right.
we're monitoring the YouTube page.
All right.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
if you guys are watching on Facebook and you want to say hello, switch over to the YouTube feed because that is where we monitor the comments. Please follow the pages and subscribe and do all that social media stuff, the sharing, and just tell everybody you know about all the great shows at Governor's Comedy Club podcast.
Click it, like it, all that stuff.
All that stuff. Thumbs up, whatever it is you're supposed to do on social media. We're old. We don't know what we're talking about. So you know what we're talking about, so just do it.
You should use the phone number too.
I'm sorry, what?
You should put the phone number.
If anybody would like to call in and say hi to Paul or request a song that you'd like to hear Frank and Paul play, go ahead and give us a call. 516-465-3990. Where is the... Oh, there it is. There's the hotline graphic. Let me add it on here. Hang on. Give me a second.
I think the delayed video is kind of creepy because you look at it and you're like, that's not really what's happening right now.
You're looking at it. You're like, oh, look at me. Let's see.
Well, yeah, I purposely wore the Van Halen shirt for you.
Yes,
too,
I
so.
see that, and I appreciate that.
I was going to wear a paper bag shirt, but all my paper bag shirts have the sleeves cut off, so I didn't think it was sleeve cut off weather yet.
No, you don't think so? Summer's pretty much here. All right, well, there you go. There's the graphic right there. Here it is. 516-465-3990. If anybody would like to call in and say hi to Paul or hi to Frank and request a song. Have you guys ever played together before?
At that benefit, well, maybe not together, but we did a benefit for Tina Todd, I think is her married name. Tina Sachs was her
Right.
high school name. Frank knew her, and her husband was ill at the time, and he ended up passing away, unfortunately.
Yes.
But we did a benefit at KJ Farrell's,
Right.
and Frank was involved, and Carrie
McQuaid.
and
On the show last week.
my my band and a couple of the bands, and somewhere I have a disc of it. Did I ever give it to you?
I don't think so. No.
All
I'd
right,
love to see it.
Remind me about that.
Yeah,
I don't
thank
know
you.
if it's video, audio, whatever it is, but
That's fine.
It's somewhere.
Cool.
Nice. And what would Tina? You got it was to help her pay for the medical bill.
I
guess?
think so, yeah. And I think she's had a rough go before and after that. I haven't really kept in contact with her, but
I believe you're correct about that.
yeah, it was. It was right around my birthday, whatever that year was. I think it was 2016, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just fixing some of the.
So you mentioned Tomorrowland before. I saved a piece of that of audio for a ringtone.
Oh, did you?
From that, yeah.
You're Frank Walker, right?
Oh, is that where the character's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, bear with me a second. I'm just.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay. Done. Do that. Go like this. Okay. Now you see the hotline number is up there, so it's a little easier to see. 465-3990. Okay. Are you up to playing something?
Yeah, that's fine.
You feel like playing something?
Yeah,
Singing something?
so I guess we'll decide if we're going to do a real song or a parody song, but maybe I'll do a parody song if I can find one that you know.
I was going to say, you mentioned Pride and Joy. I can't play lead like he can, but I can play the chords if you want to do
Oh,
that.
yeah, well, let's do that. Why not?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I got to do that at the paper bag. Hopefully I do it well, because if not, then they might take it away from me. But you know what? That's what's cool about the paper bag. Like, I would never have chosen this song or him as an artist, but they're like, oh, we're doing this song, and they gave it to me, and I'm like, all right.
Oh, they choose it for you?
Well, you get to choose one. Dance the Night Away was my choice song.
Right.
Because originally, and you might be unhappy with this, the original song was going to be Feel So Good because it fits the theme more. And I was thinking about it, but I'm like,
why would I be unhappy with that?
Because you're more of a Sammy fan than a Dave fan. So now we replaced it with Dance the Night Away.
Oh, I'm all right with that.
But I kind of pitched it like, well, that's Dance the Night Away is a fun song. It doesn't have glad or fun in the song title, but
right.
All right, well, we'll see how this goes.
Try that out.
Should I sing like towards this? I guess.
Yep, I got you.
I'm loud enough. You're never gonna not pick me up.
I got you.
Well, you heard about love giving sight to the blind. My baby's loving cause the sun to shine. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and her soul. Love like ours and won't never grow old. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my lady. She's long and a lean. You mess with her, you see a man get mean. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy. Well, I love my baby like the finest of wine. Stick with her until the end of time. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like ours will never grow old. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm her little lover boy.
Well,
nice job,
well
Frank.
done.
Very good.
I tried.
See, now I know what those people when they're on like Howard Stern and they say, "Oh, it's early in the morning. I had to sing,"
Oh,
and
yes.
I'm like, I open my mouth and go, "Wow, this doesn't come out right. I'm in trouble."
Oh, you crazy rock and rollers! Yeah, this is early for you guys. Did you ever see Stevie Ray when he did that unplugged?
No, I never saw him. Period. In
Well,
fact-
I know, but I just mean like on TV, just unplugged. MTV Unplugged. He did it on there.
Oh, he did?
That song on there once. Because he's known for shredding on the electric. They didn't do it acoustic. It was a whole, but it was just as good. It's amazing. Yeah, he was great. You're right.
Very young.
Yeah,
he was in his 30s.
30s. Yeah. What a shame. And probably just about to explode. I mean, even though he was around a while.
Yeah.
John Rusciello loved that. He said, "Oh yeah, go guys." All right. I'm assuming he's talking about the music. Mary Bourne got to see Van Halen at Wembley Stadium back in the 90s. Very nice. Glad you got to see them, Mary. Mary's watching from England.
Now, little known fact about the Van Halen in the 90s there.
Yeah.
They opened for Bon Jovi in Europe.
Yes.
Like they were the opening act, which was kind of a slap in the face, I guess. But
well, we mentioned Gary Cherone. On that tour? Who opened for
I know.
Van Halen?
Creed.
I knew you knew. Yep, Creed. And I remember sitting there watching, saying, "These guys suck."
Yep.
Never liked them.
They're very well, I liked them after. I think they were kind of a Pearl Jam ripoff too. But
yeah, true.
I'm going to see them. I got tickets.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're touring. Creed
Yeah, reunion.
Oh really?
So it's at the Garden. Creed, Three Doors Down, Wolfgang Van Halen, and maybe what's the other band like? That song called "Paralyzed." It was like a one-hit wonder kind of '90s band. But anyway,
Really, Wolf is a part of. When is that?
Weekend of Thanksgiving, maybe Saturday.
I-
He's also with the Foo Fighters at Citi Field. I'm going to that too.
Oh, Wolf is opening up at Citi Field for
One of the shows, the 17th
Really?
of July. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You need to talk to me more, dude.
Yeah, you're absolutely. Well, I don't because I spend too much money. I saw Wolfie once or twice. He's great. Man.
He is.
I really like his music. Yeah. Oh yeah, there she goes. Mary said that's when she saw Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Yeah.
VH opened. Did you ever meet any of them?
Yeah, I think I've met. Have I met all of them? Let's see. So I'll tell you the first story. So the first story of meeting them was David Lee Roth was at BAB when A Little Ain't Enough came out. Rainy day, shows up, typical David Lee Roth fashion, limo, whatever. There's literally 10 of us out there. No midgets this time. So we're out there, it's raining, you know. He's like, hey, how you guys doing? Whatever, like, kind of brushes off. Goes in, typical Dave on the radio, sounds great. Comes out, people want some signatures. He signs maybe one thing. Like, I don't need you guys. The hell with you. I mean, meanwhile, like your career is like going like that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So Karma Police came along and nailed him because as the limo's backing up, they back into the BAB building, damaging the building and the quarter panel. And so now he's got to sit in the limo until the cops come and whatever. So
That's
and he never popped
fantastic.
out and whatever. So he kind of got his just deserved.
Take that.
Yeah. So
Although taking it in the rear is something that it's been
it's
rumored
like
for
a peg
David
warmer,
Lee. Yeah,
and it's like
right.
being in the same box, right? We're on the same wavelength.
But for David, I mean, though, it's been rumored that he.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised about anything. Would not. So then, fast forward to I guess it was '98 that Gary Sharon tour, and they're at Virgin Records in the city, and I got my friend Chris Biagini, so I'll drop
Chris,
him
good old Chris.
there. So I'm the other night. So we go in and the line's around the building.
Right.
And we get on the line and they're like, oh, you don't have a bracelet. I'm like, well, you need a bracelet? Like, yeah. All right. So now we're behind all the bracelet people.
Oh, that's
now, my brother, who is still currently in the art world, he drew this picture of Eddie. And that's what I brought to get signed, right? And that's what helped me meet them. So we're going in and we're kind of spiraling down this circular thing there on the lower level. So at some point, Gary Sharon catches a view of this
Go ahead.
drawing. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, cool drawing, you know, like, we'll sign it for you. And I'm like, no bracelet, you know? And he's like, he talks to somebody and he brings us to the front of the line.
Oh, wow.
And so I meet him first. I say, thank you, whatever. He signs my CD, signs the poster.
Cool.
Then Alex was kind of busy because he had the neck brace at the time. I don't know what he's doing. He still signed the thing. Then Michael Anthony, listen to this. So meet Michael Anthony. We all know he's the coolest guy in Van Halen.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, I had a banner. I can't say I made it. I had the idea. I had a friend of mine paint it. So it was like Van Halen on Mount Rushmore with Sammy and Dave climbing up Mount Rushmore in skyscraper outfit. And they were like flicking him off the mountain like he's like a little insect, right? So I threw that up on the stage and I had pictures of it, whatever. So I showed Michael Anthony the picture.
Right.
Now you can't make this up. He's like, Nassau Coliseum, right? I'm like, holy crap. Like, you go on 8 million shows and you see everything under the sun thrown on the stage. You know that this was at the Nassau Coliseum?
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. And he was great. And I have a picture with him. I have a picture with all of them somewhere. So now here's where it gets fun. So now I get up to Eddie. And now if you remember, at the time, he was dressing like a bum. He had his, like, cut-off gloves and ripped shirt and whatever the hell he was wearing. So I get up to Eddie, and he starts this insanely crazy smoker's cough. I think he's going to die in front of me. He's, like, coughing. He's spitting into the garbage can to the point where the manager's like, Alex, your brother. I'm like, oh, Eddie's going to die right in front of me. That's going to be my memory of Eddie Van Halen. Yet, he makes it through it somehow. He scribbles the name, and that was the end of meeting those guys. So who was left at the time? It was Sammy. So Sammy's at, you might have even been there. He was at the book review in Huntington signing his.
Come on, I might have been there.
Well,
who took video of you shaking hands with Sammy?
So you were there, I guess. So see, my memory is spotty at points, but I know I was there, and he was cool enough, I guess, and he signed his book and whatever. So outside of Wolfgang, then I guess I've met all of them.
Right. Okay. When I so I was there with you that day. The second time Sammy was at the book review, I just told this story on here just a few days ago, I think. The second time he came around, he was there from, I think, 7 to 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up there on the loft signing. Well, it was like 8:15, and they finished the line. There was nobody. So I'm down on the first floor, and I'm looking up, and he's just sitting there talking to his people, but there's nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, screw it. I went to the back staircase, came back up, walked back up. I went right up to him. I said, look, you got nobody. I said, I can get a picture now then, right?
Mm.
And, of course, his people, no pictures, nothing there. And Sammy actually stopped him. He goes, there's nobody here. So sure enough, I took a nice selfie. Me and Sammy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's such a nice guy. I mean, both times, seeing him at the book review, had a little conversation with him. I thought he was, and I met him at Jones Beach once.
Oh, that's cool.
Super nice. Yeah, in '95, their last tour with Sammy. Speaking of drawings, the alternative band from Canada, Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, they opened up.
Right, they opened up, but they were making an appearance at Purple Haze.
Okay.
So I drew a picture of them on their billboard at Purple Haze, promoting them coming in. So when they came in, they saw it. They loved it. They're taking pictures with it and stuff. And they're like, "Who drew that?" So I'm like, "Me." Come over here. Come here. So talking to I don't know anything about this band. What I've heard, I honestly didn't like. It's not my thing. And they had a cover of Dear Prudence that was terrible. But I'm talking. They were nice enough guys, though. Talking to them, and sure enough, they hand me backstage passes, playing at the beach.
Wow!
And in my head, I'm like, this is Van Halen. This is fucking Van Halen. So they're like, come on down, come say hello. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm coming to say hello. This is awesome. And of course, you get on. It's a separate line, strict orders. You're not to leave this line, and once you're backstage, you are not to veer off. You just go straight to Our Lady Peace, and that's it. Okay. I go back there. They take you right into a little room back there. You meet the band. I stayed for 5 minutes. It was like all guys, and I didn't know anybody, so I just made sure I showed my face. Oh, the guy who drew the picture. Hey, good to see you guys. Great set, because they already played. That was a great set. Out the door, I'm gone. I go into the main backstage area where they have the food and everybody's hanging out. Like you said, Alex with the neck brace, there he was. I talked to him for probably about 10 minutes. Super nice man. And it was really strange because then this girl I know, I just ruined my story. This girl comes walking over, dressed to the nines, hitting on Alex. I swear to you, he did one of these, and he walked away. And it turns out I knew the girl. She was a bartender at a bar that I hung out at when I was in the phone company. It was one of our lunch spots. So I turned right to her. I go, "What are you doing? You just chased the guy away." And then she looks at me. She goes, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "Yeah, never mind. I'll see you later." I was pissed.
Were you dressed to the nines also?
I was, and notice Alex stuck around for that. So now I see the man in a whole new light.
Yeah.
And I apparently missed an opportunity. But I met Sammy quickly. I remember being surprised. I thought he was taller. He's not that tall of a guy.
No.
And then Michael Anthony's even smaller.
Yeah.
But then the big story that I've told on here a million times during the show. Now, like I said, I'd seen them with you earlier that tour. I've seen them a bunch of times. Sammy's now doing his acoustic number. I was like, this is when I go to the bathroom. And I'm sitting up on the stage at Jones Beach. I don't know if they still have them, but at the time they had these risers. If you had backstage, you would go up to these risers on the stage, and that's where you'd watch the show. So I go down the stairs while Sammy's doing his acoustic number. I come down, and there's Eddie. And it's him and an older gentleman sitting on a bench. And honest to God, I look around, I don't see anybody else. It's just me, Eddie, and this guy. I'm like, this is just surreal. And I had a picture. I don't know why I had it. To this day, I don't know why I had it. A picture in my pocket of one of his guitars. And because I was just so starstruck, I took it out and I said, "Can you sign this?" He's sitting there holding his guitar, waiting to go back out. So you see immediately, he's like, you see it all over his face. Like, where'd you come from?
Right.
And he just looks at me and goes, "You got to get the fuck out of here." Just like that. So now I start laughing, and I just yell out to nobody. I go, "Eddie Van Halen just cursed at me." And with that, security's coming from all different directions. I put my hands up. I said, "No problem, guys. No problem." And they didn't, thankfully. I thought I was going to die, but they let me just run away. But that was my Eddie Van Halen story.
That's a good story.
Oh, and then the old man, that's the show. It's all over YouTube. That's when Van Halen jams Mississippi Queen. That was the old man that was sitting there. I didn't recognize him. So it was me, Eddie Van Halen, and Leslie West. Wow. And then I have this picture. This picture was taken that very night, and then so I photoshopped a picture of me from around that time. And I added, you'll see it up there in a second. But so that's. But yeah, that picture was actually taken at Jones Beach the night that I met them.
That's awesome.
So there's my fake picture of me.
Well, that beats him coughing on me. So you win.
So I got cursed at by Eddie Van Halen. You got his germs.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he's like in your DNA. You're like related to him.
He might be. Yeah.
So that actually might be better.
Oh, there he is. What's Leslie West wearing? Like a gown?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That's what I'm saying. He was a big dude. He was.
Yeah.
So he had recently cleaned up and lost weight, so I didn't recognize him for shit.
Yeah.
But that picture was actually taken backstage that same night. So that's why I just do
That's
my-
almost believable. That
It did come
Photoshop.
out pretty good, so
Yeah.
that's why I kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's and it's a little reminder for when I get old and senile, which has already started. That it's just a reminder that I met Eddie Van Halen.
There you go.
So Joanna Monte, hi guys, sorry to have missed chatting with you today. See you in September. So yeah, Joanna Monte was supposed to be with us today. She got sick. Hope you're feeling better. So she's rescheduled for September sometime.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, very nice. Have you guys? I'm talking to my faithful family of friends who watch the show every day. We have not seen Fremder commenting today, right?
No.
All right, because Andrew, it was a weird story yesterday. So we've had on this show a bunch of times our pal Jackson Gillies, who's a musician out of California. He was on American Idol. He's done a lot of work with Kenny Loggins, and he just put out an album on iTunes. Go look him up, Jackson Gillies. He's great, and he's been on this show a bunch of times. So yesterday, Fremder hadn't been watching in a while. So yesterday he started commenting. So he said, "Fremder, where you been? We haven't seen you." It turns out he had to go to his grandfather's. His grandfather passed away. He had to fly out to Arizona, right? So he's telling us this yesterday, and he goes, "Well, by the way," he goes, "when I left to go to Arizona, on the plane right in front of me was Jackson Gillies." I'm like, no. What are the chances of that? Now, Jackson Gillies, like I said, he's from California. His parents are from here originally, so they do come back here once in a while. And he promised that he'd come in again. So I'm like, no. I said, he told me he was going to come in, sometime this summer. I said, you couldn't have seen him on the plane. That's no way. So he's like, I'm telling you, it was him. He watched, what was it he was watching? Oh, he was watching the Suicide Squad on his phone and eating a banana. And he goes, and then he slept the rest of the plane ride. So during the show yesterday, I called and left him a voicemail. He said, were you sleeping on the plane? Were you watching Suicide Squad on a plane? And if so, why weren't you in here? Why didn't you come in? Sure enough, I went on Facebook and saw that he was in New York. I was like, oh, you little son of a bitch. But, yeah, so I left him that voicemail yesterday. So yesterday afternoon, I'm home. And first I'll show you. I get this video from him. He sent this over to me. What it means, I have no idea. Oh, he farted. Did you hear that? You didn't hear it?
No.
Come on. Oh, well, put your headphones on.
That's him in the middle with the puffy hair?
Yeah.
What is he, like 18?
He's like 25 or something.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even realize that until I played it just now, that he farted at me. You hear it? What are you doing?
It's not coming down all the way.
Because
There we go.
I haven't had anything in the headphones the whole time, so.
You hit?
Yeah, I don't hear it either.
You don't hear it?
Do it one more time. A little bit.
Yeah, just a little squeak.
Yeah, I heard that.
What's that? Oh, you did hear it.
I thought it was the mic cable making noise.
Oh, no, that's him.
Yeah, there he is. I see him.
I didn't even notice I didn't realize that until now that he farted at me. Little bastard.
But see, if he becomes famous, you've got this clip of him farting.
Yeah, right.
And I'll sell that. That's right. Wow, I had no idea that's what he did.
Next on Extra.
So he sent that to me, and then he called me, and sure enough, he said, "How in the world did you know I was watching Suicide Squad on a plane?" I was like, "No way, really?" Yeah. So I'm actually even more mad that Fremda didn't shake him and say, "Why didn't you do the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show while you were in New York?"
Well, I got to ask the question: is he any relation to Clark Gillies of the New York Islanders?
As far as I know, there is no relation to Clark or Mickey Gillies, the country singer.
It's Mickey Gilly. So
Right.
he
It's Gilly?
Yeah.
Mickey Gilly, yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? But he's got the restaurant called Gillies.
Right.
Oh, so I thought his name was Gillies. Oh, okay. No, as far as I know, he's not related to the hockey player. But he's a great musician. Go look him up on iTunes and on YouTube. If you like John Mayer, then you'll like Jackson Gillies, and he's a lot of fun. We have a good time with him.
All right, awesome.
So it turns out that it was him on the plane. And he apologized for not coming in, but he said he's back in New York in July, and he promised that he'll be here. So hopefully that'll happen. Carol Miner's watching. What is happening? I was showing a video of Jackson Gillies farting. What? What's so weird about that? All right. I honestly had no clue that's what he was doing until I put it on just now. I watched it yesterday. I didn't hear the fart. So all right. So moving on. What we got here? Oh.
Perfect.
What does it say? Oh, USA Nylon. Oh, all right. So, all right. So now you wanted to do something today.
Do you still want to do it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So explain to me what this is.
Okay. It's I put together a kind of like a sound collage of just pieces of songs.
Yeah.
And see if you can guess what songs they are.
So, all right, and Paul can play too,
Definitely.
right? He's a big music guy.
Oh, it's like trivia. They guess the song.
Yeah, is that what it is? Like a name that tune?
Well, it's actually 23 songs.
All right. So you're playing it all straight through?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if we were doing one at a time or
Well,
something.
it's the way it's set up is straight through.
All right, let's do it straight through, and then we'll see what happens. So
Right.
so it's just quick snippets of songs,
Of 23 songs.
and we have to guess what songs.
What the songs are.
All right.
Yep.
All
And,
right.
they go by very quick.
Okay.
It's 30 seconds long, this whole thing.
All right, hang on. Don't start yet.
All right.
John Rusiello is telling me to check my texts. John, are you farting at me now too?
So do we get like a worksheet to write all the answers, or
If you can find a sheet, yeah.
Oh, all right. John, is this? Oh, these are pictures of you? Wow. All right. John Rusiello just sent me pictures of him. One picture of Julio Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias?
Which you guys. Oh, don't share it on air. I'm glad you told me because I was about to do that. But it's a picture of him and Julio Iglesias, and it's kind of like an intimate photo. A picture of him and Sting, a picture of him and Rod Stewart, and a picture of him and David Lee Roth.
Nice.
wow?
That's John Rusiello. He's watching our show right now. But that's
Nice.
him. That looks like 1984-ish,
Yeah.
around that time, 85. Well, very nice, John. And no, I will not show them to the world, although I think I should, but I won't since you asked me to. But all right. But thanks for sharing, John. That was very cool. John, retired police detective and did a lot of security. All right, so let's do this. So,
All right. See this
23 songs.
Yes. Hopefully this picks up.
Thank you. Stop! Yeah? Go on the look! What? Hello!
So you weren't just playing snippets of songs. You got like
Sound effects.
vocals only type things
Pretty
going
much,
on.
yeah.
Oh, all right. Wow.
Can it come out all right? You hear it all right?
I heard it just fine. I heard "You Know My Name" by the Beatles.
Yep.
I heard "Meat City" by John Lennon.
Yep.
I heard "All for Lena" by Billy Joel.
Yep. That's
I
it.
heard there was a bunch of Beatles in there. There was definitely another Beatle one that I recognized. I can't remember what song it was.
The last one sounded like Lurch from Addams Family.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What song is that?
Addams Family theme.
Oh. Well, I didn't pick that up at all.
And then there was one I can't place it, but it was a British voice saying hello or hello.
Right.
Right.
And what you don't know what
I
song that
can't
was?
place it.
Carol Miner says she heard Disco Duck.
Yes. She got it.
All right.
That's great.
Carol, we're going to upgrade you to Carol Major now.
Yeah,
We've gotten that correct.
Damn.
That's actually Carol Rubin from Hicksville. I don't know if, in case anybody knows Carol from Hicksville. She had brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby and Vinny. I always forget their names.
Well, you didn't just now.
Oh.
No, those names are totally wrong.
Oh.
Frank C says he heard "She's a Lady" by Tom Jones.
Yep.
Oh, really?
You got that. Yep.
Wow.
That was the long one.
Oh, is that what that was? I didn't recognize that for anything.
Yeah.
All right, play it again.
All right.
How long did it take you to put this together?
A couple hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is that was Disco Duck? That was You Know My Name.
Wait. Go back. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, that was Hey Bulldog.
Stop! Yeah? Go on the look!
That's Meat City.
What? Hello!
Oh, that was Tommy, Can You Hear Me? That's Tom Jones right there.
So the hello was Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, good.
Do you want me to do one at a time?
Obla di Obla da?
Yep, that's in there.
Okay. Oh my goodness. David and Adam, but I don't claim them. David Rubin, Adam Rubin. Anybody? No.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Adam.
You knew Adam?
It's Rudin with a D, or Reuben with a B.
No, Carol, isn't it Reuben? Yeah, it's Reuben. I'm almost
I
positive.
recognize an Adam. See if Adam was class of '86.
I'm going to say yes because he was definitely older than Carol. Probably still is.
Well, yeah, usually that's
Yeah.
how it works.
I Feel Good by James Brown was
Yeah,
one of them.
that's
All
in
right.
there.
Frank C. got that. Oh, was What I Like About You in there?
No.
Oh, I thought one of the Hays was.
No, but that's a good guess. But no.
Well, it's wrong, so it's not that good. Let's see. Oh, you can actually do it? You can play them one at a time?
I can try. They
all right.
keep hitting pause, see if I can get it. So.
Well, that's Disco
That's
Duck.
good Disco Duck,
Okay.
right?
No idea what that was.
Do you want to know, or you want
Yes, he was class of '86, and it is Reuben with a B.
All right, then I do know him.
Yep. All right, tell me what that was.
That is Leo Sayer. Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
Oh my goodness.
It's toward the end of this song.
All right. My God.
You already got You Know My Name.
Yeah. I don't even know what that was. Was that a voice?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was Ticket to Ride.
No.
I have no idea.
Go back. Let me see if I can
That was YMCA.
Oh, wait. Go back.
That sounds like John Lennon.
No.
Oh, all
Not even
right.
close.
Not even. That was If You Like Pina Colada.
No.
That was Copacabana.
Close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just being stupid. Adam Rubin was the goalie for the lacrosse team.
Sounds about right.
Well, I think it is right. That's what Carol says. That was Barry Manilow.
That was
I don't
Barry
have my
Manilow.
yearbook on me.
What song was that?
It's a Miracle.
Oh, A True Blue Spectacle.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Wait, let me go make sure I didn't skip one. Wait, go back.
So there was a huh.
Right.
Was that that was Rod Stewart? I have no idea. That was Billy Idol.
No.
That was you.
No.
Was it Paul Esposito?
No.
No. Who was it?
Huey Lewis.
That was Huey Lewis?
Harder Rock and Roll.
Okay.
Harder Rock and Roll.
Oh, my goodness.
And right after, there's a sound effect. You have to listen to really carefully. Oh, that's it right there. Hold on. No, before
Oh,
that.
that's Billy Joel. Oh, let him in.
No.
Let him in.
No.
Yes.
No.
What was it?
Silly Love Songs.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Wait, go back. Let me where am I?
No idea.
The Hay?
Yeah.
You played it at your wedding, your first wedding.
Like, that helps. I don't remember the wedding.
Put it this way, you danced to it.
Oh, I know. Oh, my God. Shut up, you face.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
We go back.
The hell was that?
We go back.
Oh, that was Rubber Biscuit?
No.
Oh. All right, never mind. What was that?
It's Elvis.
Oh, Don't Be Cruel?
Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah. Jeez. How do you know you have too much time on your hands, but not saying you have too much time on your hands? She's talking about you.
Thank you.
Yes. Frank does have too much time on his hands.
Well, that's my way of
Are
contributing.
you also a jet fuel genius?
A what? A fuel?
Jet fuel genius. Let's see if you get the reference.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I don't know that one.
Well, there's a Stick song called "Too Much Time on My Hands."
Ah,
Gotcha.
It says, "I'm a jet fuel genius. I could solve the world's problems without even trying."
Do they belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Because they're not in.
I know. Neither is Bad Company.
Bad Company definitely should be in, and so should Free.
Yeah.
Two great bands with Paul Rogers singing.
Love Paul Rogers. My
Me,
favorite.
one of my favorites too. I've been trying to get him on this show. Damn it.
apparently he's had a few strokes. He's not doing so great. But his
Yep.
last solo album, very good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was just too short.
Yeah, it's like 7 songs. Or whatever.
Yeah, but it was good, and he's not touring behind it, which
Nope.
sucks.
Nope.
He's great.
He
Love
is
Paul
great.
Rodgers.
My favorite Bad Company song is Silver, Blue, and Gold.
Oh, good tune.
And I sing that karaoke sometimes.
I thought he was great with Queen.
I
I loved it.
I did not.
Really?
Not a good match.
Really? I thought it was great. I thought the album was great that they made. Oh, I loved it. I think it's better than what they're doing now with Adam Lambert.
Well, listen.
Listening.
The guy they should have got was George Michael.
Well, yeah. Or Mark Maron. Do you know who that is?
No.
No, Mark Maron? Yeah, I think that's his name. This guy, is that his name? Mark Maron? Mark something. This, you know what? This guy, I'll show it on my phone so you guys can hear it. This guy sounds exactly like Freddie Mercury and even looks like him. It's scary.
Well, I'm sure you've seen there's a video of George Michael rehearsing Somebody to Love for the whatever
The Freddie
tribute show.
tribute, yeah.
And you see David Bowie and Seal and all these people like blown away with his version of it in rehearsal, you know?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mark Maron is the comedian who does the podcasts. Mark Martell. Wait till you hear this guy. All right, let's see. Oh, you
Is
know
he
what?
better than Mitch Malloy?
Did you see I had Mitch Malloy on the show?
No, I didn't see it.
It's actually a funny story because I posted a video on YouTube. I took a bunch of clips of him because he released that song that he recorded with Van Halen.
Right.
So I just took a bunch of clips of him and Van Halen. I made my own little stupid music video out of it, and I posted it. It's been up for like 10 years. So just last year, somebody asked him on Facebook if there was any footage of him with Van Halen doing the song, and he's like, no. He goes, some moron put together a video, and they posted it. He goes, but there's no real video. So I commented, so I'm that moron. I said, I'm sorry if this offends you. I did it because I liked it, and I just wanted more people to hear it. Sure enough, he changed his tune. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. So I said, you want to make it up? I said, come do my show. So he did. We Zoomed with him about a year ago.
Wow, I have to check that out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to play you. This is Mark Martell.
Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody, take one. Not really. Warts and all. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Does that not sound like exactly like Freddie Mercury?
I think it's even higher than Freddie Mercury.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Miraculously, now my headphones are working.
I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, that's
He's
Mark.
got all the inflections.
Yeah,
down,
absolutely.
you know?
the same thing.
And that's how he sings everything. Like he puts out his own music and stuff. It's crazy how much he sounds like Freddie Mercury. That's the guy who should be touring with Queen.
Well, here's my problem with, and I love Paul Rodgers, but A, you shouldn't be playing like All Right Now in the middle of a Queen concert, but different voices. Like he wasn't a high voice. He wasn't going to be able to hit those notes.
Well, yeah, there were certain songs they couldn't do, but there were certain songs he nailed. I thought. The Show Must Go On, he nailed it.
Yeah.
And I have no problem. Why shouldn't they do All Right Now? It's a Paul Rodgers song.
I know. It's like when Van Halen's doing Sammy songs.
Come on, it's only fair.
Not really.
He's doing Ain't Talking About Love. Why not do
He
I
wasn't
Can't
doing
Drive
Ain't
55?
Talking About Love.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait, did he do that one?
Yes, he did.
Yes, right. That was one of the 3 songs that he did.
He still did it, so 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Ain't Talking About Love, I Can't Drive 55.
Yeah.
What else did he do? Unchained, did he
One-
do, I think? Or
Did it once.
Jump they did. So why not then, all right, did Jump. Let's do There's Only One Way to Rock.
Yeah.
Sammy's
Anyway.
great, man.
Did you hear the bluegrass version of Jump?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have.
There's a whole album of bluegrass.
When I work at White Post, I play that on my
you?
on my my little
The
area.
video of him on Leno doing it.
Yes.
He's jumping out of his own skin. It looked like.
Yeah.
He's a messed up guy. He always has
Yeah, he's
been.
a strange
He
dude.
really- and he's gotten stranger.
Yes.
He went from the coolest guy on the planet to this weird, crazy dude.
Did you want to hear the other ones, or do you want to leave it alone?
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't finish
That's
that?
right. There's more. That's
Go
all right.
ahead.
Let's see where we left off. I think it was Elvis.
I don't know what that hey is.
That's She from the Monkees.
Oh, never would have gotten that.
All right, the next one you got.
Stop!
Yeah. What?
After Stop is a quick one.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, that's the Monkees too.
Right.
Okay. Keep going.
Gonna buy me a dog. After that, hold on, let me back up a little bit.
Well, that duck sound was John Lennon, but
Right.
that thing before it, I have no idea.
Stop!
I have no idea.
Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
After they do the horn break at the end, one part he goes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Another part he does that.
Oh. Okay, and now that's it?
No.
Oh.
Let me see. Okay, after Meat City.
Oh, that was the Huey Lewis, wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
that's
no.
a different one.
Okay.
American Woman.
Oh, all right.
Then after that. Why do you build me a buttercup?
Oh. Who sings it? Is that the Four Tops? No, who is that?
Buttercup? Oh, no, I forgot his name.
Did you hear about the Four Tops? Did you hear this crazy story about the Four Tops? In Warren, Michigan, the lead singer of the Four Tops. Now they don't have the original lead singer. That guy's dead. Mm-hmm. But the current guy, his name is Alexander Morris. So he had to go to the hospital. This is like a year or so ago, because he was having chest pain and breathing problems. Right? He goes to the hospital, tells the hospital, "I'm Alexander Morris." And somewhere in this whole, while he's in the hospital, he tells the doctors that he is the lead singer for the Four Tops. They don't believe him. Mm-hmm. They actually stopped treatment and threw him in the psych ward. They're like, this guy's claiming that he's the lead singer of Four Tops. He must be nuts. They threw him in the psych ward. And then they realized it, and then they refused to treat him, which is that doesn't make sense to me. You would think they would still treat him, but yeah, they wrongfully assumed he was mentally ill when he revealed his identity. He just joined the group 5 years ago. So finally, after all this was going on, they sent him for psychological exams. A nurse finally decided to check it out, and sure enough, she found him on the internet. And she's like, "Holy shit, this guy is the lead singer of the Four Tops."
Oops.
So they pulled him out of the psych ward and then continued to treat him. But he apparently, made a big stink about it. So this hospital offered him a $25 gift card as an apology.
Oh my God!
So he refused it, and of course is now suing.
Well, for his next surgery,
Right. So he's suing, and he's claiming that it's racial discrimination, which I don't know about that, but either way, yeah, he's now suing the hospital.
Wow,
I thought that was really kind of funny. So all right,
there's one more.
Okay.
After the Tom Jones one.
Yeah.
After this.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Oh, the loop-de-loop is not part of the Tom Jones one?
No.
Oh, I thought that was all one continuous thing.
No.
Let me hear that again.
Hold on. I just put it back. Let me get it. And let me get to that spot. Come on, phone. All right, let me go over here.
Is that David Lee Roth?
You got it.
Oh, wow. How can a David Lee Roth get by you, pal? Wow.
From Just the Gigolo.
Right. That Tom Jones almost sounds like a ghost.
Well, that's very hard. I mean, I thought I was going to hear little music clips.
Yeah, that's what I
hear
thought,
little random words is really hard.
But I think we did pretty well. I nailed, 3 or 4 on the first shot?
You did way better than I did.
Wow. All right. So next Thursday you'll bring another one?
I'll try to do another one, yeah.
And then if you want, make it easier on yourself and just do the actual songs. If you want. If you want to spend hours just grabbing
Well,
vocals.
I
don't care either way.
All right, it's fine.
I'm cool either way. And then before we go, did you hear this other? I'm sticking with music stories today. Did you hear about Gary Glitter?
No.
Gary Glitter, we all know the song, right?
He was in trouble years ago.
He's been in a bunch of trouble. Gary Glitter, the popular song called, what is it, Rock and Roll Part 2? Is that what it's called? Da-na-na-na-na. Hey!
Right.
Ba-na-na-na. Played at every sports arena at every single game. So this guy, which I didn't realize how bad this was. I knew he'd been in trouble before, but so he just made the news yesterday because he's been ordered to pay almost $700,000 in damages to just one of his sexual abuse victims. Gary Glitter is 80 years old. His real name is Paul Gadd. Back in 2015, he received a 16-year sentence for sexually abusing 3 young girls between 1975 and 1980. In February of last year, after serving half of his sentence, they let him out for good behavior. A month later, he had to go back to prison for violating his probation. He apparently had pictures of kids on his phone and was accessing the dark web. So they threw him right back in jail, where he's been ever since. Piece of garbage. 2015, found guilty of 1 count of attempted rape, 4 counts of indecent assault, 1 count of unlawful sexual intercourse with a girl under the age of 13. Yeah, he grabbed 2 girls, 12 and 13 years old, brought them into his dressing room, and kept them, would not let the mothers in to the room. And then he attempted to rape a 3rd victim who was younger than 10.
Oh,
Jesus.
Then the allegations came out more than 40 years later, after an investigation was launched. In the late 90s, he served 2 months in jail after admitting to possessing 4,000 images of child porn. In 2006, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison in Vietnam for molesting two underage girls. So, yeah, and then just yesterday ordered to pay around almost $700,000 just to one victim for lost earnings, because this girl has been a little mentally screwed up since. So
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, lost earnings and paying an additional $10,000 to continue her therapy. So yeah, that's crazy, man. What a piece of garbage. So yeah, all right, with that great news.
Yeah, right.
I was going to say, do you always end the show on such a high note?
Good way to bring the party down. All right, so anybody need a singer? Contact Paul. He's a good singer. He's a good man, and just a good dude all around. And it was
Paper Bag, June 25th.
Paper
Mulcahy's, 8 o'clock.
How do they get tickets? Go to the
They can get it from,
website?
if they know a Paper Bag member, they can get them, like I said, from us, or paperbagmusic.com, I believe, or at the door. But again, you can get them cheaper if you get them sooner. It's always a packed house. If you guys haven't been there, I'd like to see you guys down there.
Very nice.
If you can make it. And pleasure being on today.
This was fun, man.
Made my day.
Yeah, glad you made it. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again, absolutely. And I'll see you, what is it, July 24th?
July 24th, for sure.
I think it's going to be a great show. I think you're
so
going to
too.
walk away saying, oh, that was great.
I think so.
How are our seats? Are they good?
I have no idea. Never been to this place. You ever been there?
No, I've never been there.
We're
going to Bridgeport, Connecticut for this show.
Yeah, it's right next to where the Islanders minor league team plays.
That doesn't help me at all.
You ever drive up to Connecticut and see all those food trucks?
Yes.
It's right after that. But it's
okay.
outdoors. It's tiny. It's not like even close to Jones Beach.
Good.
But it's got this weird, like, white outer structure. I don't know.
It's an outdoor venue?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to take the ferry, actually. I'm gonna take the ferry. Well, it says Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's where the ferry docks in Bridgeport. So
that's a good idea. We're going to go to Foxwoods overnight.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I'll do that, too. Although I'm not going with my wife, though. I'm going with Don, so that would be weird. I'm going with Don. Me and Don. Don lives in Manorville. So we're in a conundrum right now. We're trying to think, well, if we meet at the ferry, because, Port Jeff is the ferry. I'm coming from Hicksville. He's coming from Manorville. So if we meet at the ferry, that's great. But then if we miss the last ferry because the concert goes late, then what? That means I'd have to drive around, and then what? I got to drive out to Port Jeff and then back an hour to Hicksville? Or is Don going to come to me, drive that extra hour, and then he has to backtrack?
Just go to Foxwoods.
All right, Don, you're wearing the dress. We're going to Foxwoods. Frank C. says, great show, guys. Frank C., when are you coming in? June 24th, I believe you're coming back. It's a Monday if you want to come in.
Me.
Seconds out, the Genesis Tribute Band, they'll be with us June 24th. He's all excited, Frank C. He just saw another Genesis Tribute Band last night, Musical Box. These guys are from England. They travel the world playing Genesis, early Genesis. So Frank's in a good mood today. He was texting me earlier. I saw them last night. I got to hang out with them.
He dresses up as Gabriel, that guy, right?
The musical box, yeah. Frank's band, Seconds Out, their Long Island band, they don't dress up. And they play pretty much everything except the last lead singer. Just like Van Halen. All right. All right, it's time for us to go. Today is what, Thursday? So we have tonight at 7 o'clock, we got Circling the Drain. At 8 o'clock, Primal Scream with Nick Greystone. That's tonight. And, of course, Andy and I will be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. Don Sill tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Donversations. Forgive me, Don, I forget who your guest is, but I'll know when I announce it tomorrow. And, of course, keep it locked here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the YouTube channel, Facebook. Please subscribe and share and all that good stuff. And, of course, here at the club, a lot of stuff going on with governors. Tonight, the one and only Anthony Rodia will be here. I don't know if there's tickets still available or not, but he's here tonight, he's here tomorrow, and he just added a show for Sunday. So you looking to take Dad out on Father's Day, bring him to Governors and come see Anthony Rodia. That's tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday. Colin Tyrell is playing on the Governor's stage this weekend. Terry McNeely, Rob White, Greg Pfeiffer, our own Andy Plajanos, Tom Eshelman, Roy George, Joe DeVito, just some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend. And, of course, don't forget, got a lot of shows coming up. June 21st, the one and only Mike Keegan and friends, our one and only Mike Keegan, who does Hershey and the Keegs in this room. I said June 21st, right? Yeah. It's Mike and Hugh Van Well and Carla Okerson, Sheba Mason, and a bunch of other great comedians. And, of course, his podcast partner, Mark Hirschman, he's doing a show August 8th. It's a stand-up for epilepsy show. As a matter of fact, Mark just asked me this week. He's going to throw me up there for 5 minutes. So that'll be fun. But don't let that stop you from coming to see the show. And, of course, July 19th, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast presents Clash of the Islands. Staten Island and Long Island. Mike Pachetti will be hosting. It's a Mike Pachetti and Friends night with Greg and Rob. The one and only Irene Bremis is headlining, and Tony Landolfi is featuring. That's a great lineup, folks. Don't miss that one. Don't forget October 5th, Claudia Sherman. That's another show presented by Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. And I think November 2nd we might have another one coming your way. And, of course, don't forget Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We have one of our audience interactive, hilarious murder mysteries on September 27th at the Brokerage. September 28th, we're doing here in the Giga Room, we're doing a Triple X Trivia Night. That's going to be a lot of fun. And December 21st is another great murder mystery. That's at McGuire's in Bohemia. Go to govs.com, check out the full schedule, see what's cooking, make yourself some reservations to some great comedy shows. And go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, find out what we got going on. See our schedule as well as information on how to hire us for your event. Frank C. says from Montreal, Musical Box. Oh, okay. Totally fanboyed out last night. Oh, there's Fremder. Not sure if I should take the red pill or the blue pill. Fremder, we were talking about you earlier. I heard from Jackson Gillies. Yes, it was him on the plane. He was floored. He couldn't believe that I knew that he was on the plane. He was watching Suicide Squad. And then he called me. And I was talking to him for about 5 minutes, keeping him guessing. I wouldn't tell him how I knew. And then eventually I fessed up. Fremder would have been awesome if you grabbed him and said, "What? Why are you leaving New York without going on Tony's show?" How cool would that have? See, that tells me this show is picking up steam because people are on planes and they're recognizing our guests. But, yeah, he was right behind him on the plane. Couldn't believe it. But, yes. And Fremder, go back and look when we talk about it because I play a video of Jackson Gillies farting. You know what? Fuck it. I'll play it again right now. All right, we're out of here. Paul Esposito, Frank Walker. Who's our musical guest next week?
James Liverani.
Who the hell is that?
He's actually a very big Paul McCartney fan.
Oh, my apologies, Mr. Liverani.
Yes.
Mr. Liberace. I'm sorry.
Nice.
All right, and that was great. Go back if you missed the show. They did Pride and Joy together. It was fantastic.
I'm going to go back and find the show. So I just go on, what do I put in? Knock 'em Dead Comedy and
you could
YouTube?
Go to Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. You see all the different shows that are there. Oh, yeah, we had, like I said, we had Mitch Malloy last year.
And this every day you do this?
I do this every Monday through Friday.
Awesome.
11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. I've had musical guests in here. I've had people on Zoom. was it Completely Unchained? I spoke to the lead singer.
Oh, yeah, Eugene.
A few years. Yeah. That was going back a few years. I had Bill Champlin, who used to be in the band Chicago.
Yeah.
He zoomed in with us. Kevin Pollak, the comedian actor, he zoomed in. But in this room, I've had Orlando Jones. I've had Shane Gillis. Just this past weekend, because sometimes we're in here Saturday nights too. We had Carlos Mencia stopped in. Jackie the Joke Man comes in here quite regularly. Jim Florentine.
Yes, from That Metal Show.
Yeah, every time he plays Governors, he comes in.
That's awesome.
And it's great. We talk music. It's awesome.
Bob
He's
Nelson?
a good guy.
I'd like to sit in on that one.
I'll let you know next time. Bob Nelson's been in here a couple of times. Yeah, it's a fun show.
Yeah.
Glad you're a part of it now.
That's wonderful.
And it will not be the last time you're here, pal.
Sounds good to me.
All right. It's 12:40. We're getting at. Oh, don't forget. Last thing. Don't forget Nikki Glazer. Someday You'll Die. Her second HBO special now streaming on Max. Make sure you go check that. Oh, that's the alarm. We're out of here. We're gonna explode apparently or something. I don't know. So all right.